Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is not your first time, thank you so much for stopping by again. You're loyal. And if this is your first time, my name is Eva, which is the short form for Araba, and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in the US. And my channel basically will be talking about immigration stuff, traveling, basically about life in the US and life as an immigrant, basically. Stay tuned for more. So this video will be basically talking about things that I wish I knew before coming to the United States, or things that I wish people had told me before coming to the United States. And I hope that at the end of this, you guys find this video very informative and you like it. And please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the button. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Thank you. The first thing I would like to say is, if you're coming as an international student, please do not come about 3 months before your program starts, because there's a likelihood that you'll face a lot of interrogation at the airport, and if you have anxiety or you can't really defend yourself, you'll be sent back home, or most likely they won't even interrogate you or something. They will just see that your classes are not starting in maybe a month's time, so why are you here, and they'll send you back. So please, for whatever it is worth, do not come 3 months before or 2 months before. Make sure it's about at most 1 month before your classes starts. And except you have like a visitor's visa, or you have an actual reason, maybe for like an interview, an internship interview or something, except you have an actual reason for having to be in the US earlier than classes will start, please do not come early. Just come like 2 weeks, a month to when classes will start. The second thing you should know is, if you're trying to get an apartment or furnish your apartment in the US, please don't try to buy things new, because you'll literally be wasting money. You can buy things all from like Facebook Marketplace, or some other thrift store like Salvation Army and all. You will really see good quality stuff. And let me tell you, when I just came, I tried furnishing my house. I tried getting myself a TV, and the TVs I was saying, they were all expensive. And guess what? I went on Facebook Marketplace and I got my TV, a 55-inch TV, for, guess, $20. It was that cheap. And I mean, it's 55. I get that. It's not like the latest version, but it serves the purpose. I watch all the things that every other person watches, and I got it for just $20. So please, if you're coming, do not waste your money on buying expensive things or trying to furnish your house with good stuff and all. You can see them as you go, and you can see them for cheap. And even people that are willing to sell their stuffs, you'll see them a lot. It is US, you get those things. The third on the list is the weather. So if you're coming from Nigeria, please, I beg you, do not invest so much on winter jacket from Nigeria, because the odds are the quality you get, it won't even withstand the cold you face here. Like, it's just going to be like you're wearing a shirt. Like, don't invest so much. You can come with maybe 1 or 2, because when you get here, you will still have to buy again something that can hold the cold. So please don't invest so much on buying your boots or your jackets or anything from Nigeria. Just come with 1 or 2 and you'll be fine. When you get here, you can then buy something that can like hold the cold, because it really gets cold here. It depends on the city or state you're going to, but I'm in Illinois and it really gets cold in the winter in Illinois. So please don't even wait till you get here before you invest so much on winter jacket. Fourth thing is tipping. So I know back in Nigeria, like, we didn't really care about tipping people, like maybe people that serve us in a restaurant or anything, but it is a big deal here. And I get it. I feel so when I got here, I didn't really understand like why I had to tip like 22% of my purchase to someone. Like, it should be voluntary. But after living here for a while, and I hear the stories, or I personally experienced it, tipping is what keeps these people, it keeps them going, because Sometimes, I mean, the restaurants pays them like maybe $3 or something, or really, really low. And what they live on is basically the tip. What they survive on is basically the tip. So tipping is very important. Like, just try to make it a habit. Like, just try to tip wherever you go, because you're saving a life. Really, 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 it is important you tip. The fifth on the list is transportation. So it depends on the state you're going to. If you're going to, I started off with Chicago. I started my schooling in Chicago, and Chicago is like a big city. They had a lot of buses, a lot of trains. So if you don't have a car, you can really, really survive with just using like the bus. Like, it's very quick, it's very fast, it's very efficient. Like, they come every 4 minutes, so you don't really have to wait a lot or wait so much. But when I moved to Springfield, Springfield has quite a few buses, but the stories I hear that sometimes the bus can take like over an hour for them to show up. So let's say, for example, you come in the winter, you'll literally be waiting for over an hour to catch a bus, and they're really slow. So if you're like in smaller cities, I would suggest you try to save up some money from home or when you get here to try to get a car. It doesn't matter the kind of car you get, so long as it can take you from point A to point B, you're good. So I would say that you can do that. Also, if you're coming for visiting, if you're not an international student and you're coming for visiting, you can rent a car. I feel like renting a car is very important because it takes you everywhere basically. Well, except you're going to states like maybe New York or Chicago or something, then yeah, you can rely on buses, but renting a car might be ideal. The sixth thing on the list is, I don't know if I should say people are friendly, but they act friendly. Because be prepared to just smile all the time, because you can be walking on the streets and then you see a stranger. You don't know this person from anywhere. You don't know them from Adam. And they will just smile at you. And in your mind, you're like, why are you smiling at me? I don't know you or something. But that's just the custom. You see that everywhere. So just be prepared to smile, like really. And then it won't hurt to smile. Just that's what you usually do. So yeah, people smile a lot. I don't know their intentions. I don't know if they mean it, but everywhere you go, people smile. And then I feel like as you get used to it, it will even become your habit. Like, when you see someone, the first thing that comes to your mind is smile. Yeah, they smile a lot. Strangers smile a lot at you. Well, the seventh thing on this list is your health. Hospitals are really expensive in the US. I would say if you're coming, you should come prepared. Maybe a week before you leave your country, you should do all the necessary, a week or 2 weeks, you should do all the necessary testing. Malaria, typhoid, like, treat yourself, take all the medications whatsoever you need to take. Because if you come here and you fall ill, number one, even if you have malaria, they will first of all quarantine you, because malaria is not a thing here, and it's quite strange. So try to take care of yourself before you come into this country. And then if you're coming, you can try to come with things like maybe antibiotics, malaria medications, or some painkillers. Because if you fall ill and you go to the hospital, be prepared to pay through the nose. Yes, as students we have health or medical insurance, but the insurance only pays about 80% of your bill. So let's say you go to the hospital and you get admitted for maybe a week or 3 days or something. At the end of the day, your entire bill comes up to maybe like $10,000 or $20,000. Insurance only pays like 80% of it, which still leaves you with like over 1,000 to pay. That's a lot of money, because I mean, in the country we're coming from, you know how Nigeria is. I'm from Nigeria. You know how Nigeria is. Like, we can easily get like affordable health, even though it's not. Let's not go there, but yeah, pretty much health is expensive. Medical bills are expensive here. So that's what you should know. Come with your medications, come prepared and everything, so you don't fall ill. The eighth thing on the list is taxes. Yes, tax is a big thing. Taxes are real. Like, so if you have a job, sometimes your job takes I'm not sure the percentage they take, but they take quite some money out of your salary. Because I know in my job, they take over $200 from my salary, or maybe $400. I'm not really sure, but they take a lot. So when you get like a job offer, just know that that job offer is not like your like when you get your salary on your job offer, know that that amount you're seeing there is not what you're taking home. Because whatever it is, look at the states that is employing you. They have their taxes, they have between 10 to 20% or something, and they take that from your salary. So there's federal taxes and there is state taxes. So I think states, my state is, I think 11%, I'm not really sure. And then there's federal taxes. So those two combined, they take like something out of your salary. So let's say if you're earning 60,000 in a year, at the end of the year, that's not what you're getting, because you get way less because you're taking something. But the good thing about the taxes is during tax season, you get a fraction of what they collect from you. And that's why you hear a lot of people getting excited and happy when it comes to tax season, because you get some money. But there are cases where you owe the government for taxes. I'm not really sure about the circumstances behind that or what you need to do, but from side talks and things that I've heard from people, it's like, okay, maybe you earn more than, or you're an independent contractor or something, then you owe the government. You'll be the one to pay the government when it's tax season. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah. The ninth thing on this list is, if you like drinking alcohol, nobody is saying that you should stop drinking alcohol, because people drink alcohol, but please do not do that in public, because it's illegal. You can't really drink alcohol in parks, or it's just illegal. And sometimes you need permits. Like, let's say if it's a park event, you have to inquire if the said park actually allows alcohol drinking or something. But in most places, it is illegal to drink outside. So whatever drinking you want to do it indoors, but don't take it outside. The 10th thing is recycling. Recycling is a big deal in the US. So I remember staying with a group of people, and they had like a separate basket they have a separate bin for plastics, and they have a separate bin for trash. I mean, where I'm coming from, we don't have that. We just trash everything inside one place. But I think I would say I understand the idea behind recycling or reusables and all. It saves the planet. But I don't really know much about it. I just know that recycling is a big deal here, and there are really studies, and again, it saves the planet. So recycling is a really big deal. So try to develop the habit of separating your bottles and your plastic, and you try to reuse your paper bags. Like, even in stores, sometimes you see that most stores have paper bags instead of plastic bags, and then some of them encourage you to like bring your own bags. So for example, Sam's Club don't have plastic bags. They don't give you bags, as a matter of fact. So if you want to like bag your stuff, you literally have to either use like cartons or bring your own personal bagging item or material. Yeah, so recycling is a really big deal. The 11th thing on this list is their hospitals, especially the ER. Oh my God, it is. So the first time I had to go to the ER, I spent 7 hours waiting for me to get seen by someone. I spent 7 hours. And sometimes that's like the minimum you have to really wait, because some people wait for 12 hours before they get seen. And the first time I experienced it, I'm like, this is totally ridiculous. Like, how would I, like, you can see, like, people are in pain. Or they won't do anything. They won't even look at your face, because I feel like maybe they see that all the time, so they're unshaken, or I don't know, they didn't just feel anything about it, but they will see you crying. They will see you rolling on the floor, and you still wait for 7 hours. But yeah, I feel like that also differs because it depends on the city. Because when I was in Chicago, I used to wait a lot like that before I could get seen. But when I moved to Springfield, Springfield is like a small town. There aren't a lot of people in Springfield. And when I went to like the ER, I only had to wait for like maybe 30 minutes. And on the busy day, I think the maximum I've waited was like the only time I've waited so long, I think it took maybe like 5 hours, but that was the first. And I think it was during like the December period, I'm not sure, but yeah, that was the first. But normally, like on a normal day, I just like maybe wait like 30 minutes. So yeah, ER usually have long waits. They have like long waiting periods. So you might want to consider, I mean, if you have like a health condition, or if you need to like see the doctor regularly, you might consider wanting to go to like a small town. Yeah. So another thing I want to talk about is the habit of learning new things and unlearning. So I would say that obviously as a foreigner coming to the United States, you have a lot of home trainings and cultures and all that you bring into the US. Sometimes I would say that you should try to unlearn those things because it won't help you. And you have to learn new things. Like, you have to learn. I feel like that can't be explained enough. You just really have to experience it for yourself to really understand. And I would just say that you should basically keep an open mind on everything, because really just keep an open mind, because you never can tell. You just really have to learn, be open, and be willing to learn new things and unlearn the things that you feel like you know, because it will help you a lot. Another thing is, please, when you come here, don't try to be racist, homophobic, sexist, and many others. It will really help you a lot if you try not to be. If possible, try to learn words that can, like maybe racial slurs or homophobic slurs, or just learn like phrases or words that you should never use. Things like niggers, or just don't be racist. Really, don't be racist, don't be homophobic, because the US, they support gay, the LGBTQ plus community. If you say one thing against them, you literally are ruining your life. Like, you probably might not get a job, you might not get gigs. You're like, don't just keep an open mind. Love everyone as they come, because just love everyone as they come. Try not to be racist, try not to be homophobic. I can't overemphasize that enough. It will really help you if you can learn to love everyone the way they are and accept people the way they are and the way they choose to be. Another important thing I would like to talk about, guys, if you're ever invited out, please always, there's something they used to call in Nigeria vex money. Carry your vex money, because it will shock you. Okay, so let me tell you, the first time that I got invited out, so my friends were like, oh yeah, let's go here and everything. Oh, I was excited. It was my first time out in the US and everything. And then I went. And then when they brought the bill, they were like, separate bills. And then they gave me mine. At first, I'm like, okay, you invited me out. Why do I need to pay? But I said that in my mind, but so I don't embarrass myself, I shall just, when they give me my bill, I shall just pay. But that's the thing here. If people, you expect that, I mean, from the country we're coming from, when someone invites you out, you expect that they're going to pay, but that's not the case here. When people invite you out here, you pay for yourself and they pay for themselves. So I feel like that's something that most people experience when they come here, except like maybe you already know these things and you're prepared. But most people that didn't know this thing, they always experience it here, like getting invited and not being paid for. So always go with your money. If possible, go with extra cash. And the final thing I'll say here is, if you're, for international students that are coming and you have like a connecting flight, it's most likely that your bags will not get to the final destination at one stretch. So let's say you're going to Chicago and you have like a connecting flight from Atlanta. Please check for your bags in Atlanta, because the odds are your bags are down there and you have to recheck it in again. Because when I came in, I flew through Delta and the flight was to Chicago, and they had a connecting flight from, like, my point of entry was Atlanta. And I got there, I remember after the person checked me in and everything, like at my point of entry, after that, they looked at my document, my passport, my visa and everything, they were like, okay, you're free to go. And a girl was standing there, I think one of the staffs, and then she was like, you need to take your bags from this place. I'm like, oh no, my bags are already on the flight to Chicago. I was feeling proud. She was like, yeah, I'll just make sure of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure of it. She was like, okay, I'll just follow you to be sure. I'm like, okay, she's yourself. I've told you my bags are already on the plane to Chicago. So as I was walking, I got to the place. I saw my bags there, standing there in front of me, looking at me. I'm like, oh my God, thank God that she actually pushed for it. If not, I would have arrived Chicago and be looking for my bags. But yeah, I had to take my bags in. I had to like do the check-in again, and then take my bags to where they had to like put it in the plane. Basically, I had to do all those again. I remember my friend, nobody told her, nobody helped her and everything. And then she got to Ohio, and then she was looking for her bags. She didn't see her bags. And then she got home, like she literally lost her bag. But the good thing is she was able to call like the airports and everything, and they were able to ship her bag after some days. So please, if you're coming in, always, if you have multiple stops and your point of entry is not your final destination, or just ensure that you check your bags and make sure that your bags are secure. Thank you so much. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you guys found this video informative. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Please subscribe, watch my video, make sure you like it. I'm sure you guys will like it. Thank you so much for being loyal and for enjoying this video. Thank you. Until later. Bye.